The fact that adult writers are spending their time dissecting my face, my body, my choices is disturbing, and the fact that some of these articles are written by women makes it even worse. We always talk about supporting and uplifting young women, but when it comes down to it, it seems a lot easier to just tear them down for clicks.
Today, we're diving into a controversy that has the internet in flames. Millie Bobby Brown. The girl who once played 11 is now at the center of a media frenzy. Not for her acting, not for her upcoming projects, but for something far more ridiculous. Growing up. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, Millie's biggest crime is aging. The internet is in shambles because she no longer looks like the little girl from Stranger Things. And instead of celebrating her evolution from child star to powerhouse actress, people are dissecting every wrinkle, every outfit, every hairstyle, like forensic scientists investigating a crime scene. Let's break it down. Recently, at the premiere of The Electric State, Millie stunned in a metallic gown, exuding confidence and grace. But instead of talking about her performance, the internet had other ideas. People were quick to say, she looks way older than 21. One commenter even went so far as to claim she could pass for someone in their 40s. And because the internet thrives on controversy, the discussion spiraled into full-blown think pieces on why Gen Z is aging so badly. Vogue wasn't having it. The magazine clapped back, calling out the absurdity of fixating on a young woman's appearance instead of her talent. But Millie, she took matters into her own hands, dropping a video that sent shockwaves through social media. In her own words, she said, "For some reason, people can't seem to grow up with me. They act like I should stay frozen in time, like I should still look the way I did in Stranger Things Season 1, and because I don't, I'm now a target." Then she pulled receipts. Actual headlines. What has Millie Bobby Brown done to her face? Millie Bobby Brown mistaken for someone's mom. Written by so-called journalists more interested in body policing than actual news. And if that wasn't enough, even comedian Matt Lucas took a jab at her, joking about her mommy makeover. Because apparently, grown men mocking young women is peak comedy now. But here's where it gets dark. It's not just internet trolls doing this, it's adults, professional writers, even women in media. The same people who preach about uplifting young women are the first ones to rip them apart for clicks. Millie called it what it is. Bullying disguised as journalism. And she made one thing crystal clear. She's not going to shrink herself to make people comfortable. She won't apologize for growing up. And she sure as hell won't let anyone dictate how she should look, dress, or exist. But the real question is, why does this keep happening? Why do people struggle so much when young stars transition into adulthood? Is it nostalgia? Is it jealousy? Or is it just another case of society refusing to let women grow without judgment? One thing is for sure, Millie isn't here for it. And if this firestorm proves anything, it's that the world still has a long way to go in letting women simply be. So what's next? Will the media finally back off? Or will Millie have to keep fighting just to exist on her own terms? Because if history has taught us anything, the internet never knows when to let go. We live in a time where tearing someone down is the default, and lifting them up, that feels like a lost art. Seriously, when did it become easier to insult than to compliment? If seeing someone thrive makes you uncomfortable, maybe the problem isn't them. Maybe it's you. Right now that someone is Millie Bobby Brown. Her appearance at the Electric State premiere should have been about the dazzling metallic gown, her evolving career, or, I don't know, literally anything else. Instead, the internet spiraled into yet another debate over how old she looks. Even Vogue jumped in with an article titled, "No one cares how old you think Millie Bobby Brown looks." But clearly, plenty of people do care. And that's the problem. Think about it. Millie was a kid when Stranger Things started. Fast forward, now she's a grown woman. Shocking, I know. Yet, society acts like she was supposed to be cryogenically frozen at age 12. Meanwhile, she's out here thriving, married to John Bon Jovi's son, taking on serious acting roles, and, wait for it, living her life. So what's the real issue? Is it the styling, the makeup, the dress, or is it that people can't handle a woman stepping into her own power? Some blame her stylists, saying they age her up. Others say it's just part of her natural evolution. But here's the real tea. No matter what she does, someone will critique her. If she dresses young, she's trying too hard. If she looks mature, she's aged badly. You see the problem, right? And let's talk about the hypocrisy. Hollywood demands that young women look polished and glamorous, but then attacks them when they do. And it's not just men doing the tearing down. Some of the loudest voices belong to women, which makes it even more disappointing. Millie is just one of many. Sarah Jessica Parker, Bella Thorne, and countless others have had to defend their right to age, exist, and evolve on their own terms. Why? Because society has decided that a woman's worth is directly tied to how well she fits into an ever-changing, impossible standard. But here's the thing. Millie isn't backing down. She's making it crystal clear. She won't apologize for growing up. And honestly, that's the energy we should all be channeling. Now, while we're on the subject of Millie's transformation, let's talk about the latest rumor setting the internet on fire. Her potential role as Britney Spears in a biopic. The speculation kicked into high gear after she debuted. A platinum blonde look, a wardrobe that felt suspiciously Britney-coded at the premiere. Millie herself has admitted she'd love to portray Britney, calling her an absolute icon. And let's be real, Millie has the acting chops to pull it off. But is this just fans overanalyzing, or is something actually in the works? If Hollywood is listening, let's hope they get this one right. Because Britney's story deserves to be told the right way. Millie Bobby Brown had a dream to step into the shoes of one of the most iconic pop stars of all time, Britney Spears. And honestly, who wouldn't want to portray a legend? But here's the twist. Britney isn't exactly on board. In fact, she shut it down in the most Britney way possible. Direct, slightly cheeky, and absolutely firm. Can we blame her? Britney Spears has had her entire life dissected under a microscope for decades. Every headline, every scandal, every personal struggle, consumed by the public like a never-ending reality show. And now, after finally reclaiming her autonomy, the last thing she wants is someone else narrating her story, before she even gets the chance. But let's be real, Millie meant no harm. If anything, it's a testament to Britney's influence that young Hollywood stars dream of portraying her. But here's the bigger question. Who really gets to tell someone's story? Britney has made it crystal clear her life is not up for dramatization. At least not yet. And given everything she's been through, maybe that's the most respectful stance we can take. Meanwhile, Millie is on her own journey. From supernatural prodigy in Stranger Things to a Hollywood powerhouse in the making. She's proving she's got the range. Whether or not a Britney biopic is in her future, one thing's for sure. Millie Bobby Brown is not slowing down. But let's circle back to the real debate, the relentless scrutiny of Millie's appearance. The internet can't decide. Is she growing up too fast? Or is it just styling choices making her look older? And honestly, maybe it's time we retire this weird obsession with how young women should look. Because let's face it, if she dresses like a teenager, people say she's immature. If she dresses like an adult, she's too grown. There is no winning here. So here's the real question. Why are we still so fixated on this? And more importantly, when will we finally let young women just exist without the never-ending critique? Britney's not ready for her life to be turned into a movie. Millie's still navigating her own path. And maybe, just maybe, it's time we let them both do their thing without turning every move into a public spectacle. But what do you think? Should Britney's story be left untouched for now? Or is the world ready for her biopic? Is Millie just finding her style? Or are her fashion choices really sending mixed signals? The discussion is open, but one thing's for sure. Hollywood never stops moving, and neither do the headlines.
But, yeah, but, new, but, yeah, but, new, but, yeah, but, new, because I'm not even going on the pill because Nadine reckons they stopped me from getting pregnant.